Ted Betancourt, and I'm honored to welcome all of you to the Wigan Auditorium here at Peabody City Hall for a very special ceremony. I'm honored to be joined by some city councilors here today that I wanted to mention, Tom Rosignol, Peter McGinn, and Julie Daigle. Thank you all for being here. And I'd like to start off the ceremony today. If everybody could please stand, we're going to have our Peabody High School Junior Air Force ROTC students, the honor guard here. And thank you to our Peabody Veterans Memorial High School Junior ROTC Honor Guard. That was terrific, thank you. And this is a good day for the Peabody Police Department and the city of Peabody, and it's a day that's been long overdue as we've tried to work through the civil service department for the state, which can be very tricky and difficult at times, and but very happy to be at this moment now where we can move forward with some promotions. And tonight we are swearing in 2 new lieutenants and 3 new sergeants to our Peabody Police Department. I always look forward to these ceremonies. Not only is it a wonderful opportunity to introduce some new promotions to the department, but it's also a chance to pay tribute to all of the outstanding men and women who make up the Peabody Police Department, and there's so many that are here today. Public service is an admirable career, and being a police officer is a true calling. We are fortunate in our city to have outstanding men and women in our fire and police departments who work hard to protect our city, and each deserves great credit for the skill and professionalism they demonstrate every day on our behalf. Being the son of a police officer, and I always like to say that at these ceremonies, and I'm always very proud to say that, and having other family members and close friends who have served and currently serve our community, I have a deep understanding of how difficult and demanding your jobs are. It's more than just a 40-hour-a-week job. Being a police officer becomes your life. I have tremendous respect for those willing to put on that badge every day. Your willingness to sacrifice your own safety to protect the life and property of others is a noble calling. I thank you for taking on these challenging responsibility, and I thank each of you for your hard work and dedication. It's an exciting time for the police department in many ways, and something we've been working towards now for pretty much since COVID. But I think many of you know we are in the middle of building a new public safety building, which will house the full police station and some offices for the fire department. And it's a police station that has shown its age now for a number of years, and it's something that certainly Chief Griffin and I have been advocating for and looking forward to for many years. And we've had tremendous support from our city councilor in doing that. The project is, the first stage is complete. All the site work and the environmental work that is taking place over at that location, kind of behind the current police station next to the Higgins Middle School. And in February, we are going to be starting the actual construction itself. And it'll be about a year and a half we're looking at, and hoping that in the fall of 2026, we'll be cutting a ribbon for a brand new police department. That'll be a state-of-the-art facility for all of the hardworking men and women, our officers, staff, support people, everybody, and it's really going to make a difference. Thankfully, the building is subpar, but we've had some outstanding officers that have made it work for a number of years, and now we're going to have a facility that will meet the expertise and skill that we have within our department, which I know I'm very happy about, the chief's very happy about, and I know our police officers are as well. And also, we're working now on the final stages of putting forward some new officers that we're hoping and intending to put into the academy, I think in March? Hopefully in March. We should have a good number of officers that will be going into the academy in March, and I know that will help the ranks, help the current officers, and bringing some new people to help, which very much looking forward to. So looking forward to some next steps within the Peabody Police Department and continuing on the great work that's taking place. But to be a top flight department, you need top flight leaders. And today we are here to recognize 5 of those officers. We are pleased to promote here today Javier Sanchez and Tim Sullivan, each for the rank of lieutenant, and Dave Murphy, Damian Mello, and Joe Lavoie to the rank of sergeant. Each has distinguished themselves in their careers as the type of talented, committed, and hardworking police officers that I appreciate having represent our city. Their backgrounds, education, training, and continuing educational work they do through certificates, as well as the work within the department, are further evidence of officers deserving of promotions. Congratulations to each of you. You're joining an outstanding group. Just a little bit about what we're going to be doing today. We are going to be turning it over to Chief Griffin in a moment for some words, and then we are going to promote individually each officer. And I certainly welcome family members to come forward when your loved one is being sworn in. Allison Danforth, our city clerk, will give each officer that moment in their own individual oath. Following that, we are going to have some special recognitions of some true friends of the city and true friends of the police department that we'll be doing as well. So without further ado, I'd like to turn it over to our Peabody Police Chief, Tom Griffin, for some comments.
Well, thank you. And thank you, Mayor, and I appreciate all your support that you give us here at the Police Department. It means a lot to us. I appreciate the support from the Human Resources Division and the relationship with the Fire Department. It's been great, and the whole city supports us tremendously, and it really means a lot to the men and women of the department and their families, so thank you all very much. And good evening. It's an honor for me to be here today as we celebrate the significant milestone in the careers of these outstanding leaders in our department. Today, we recognize the promotion of 5 dedicated officers to the ranks of sergeant and lieutenant, putting them into roles that come with great responsibility, challenges, and opportunities to shape the future of our police department. To those being promoted, this moment is a reflection of your dedication, your professionalism, and your ability to lead under pressure. As supervisors, you have been and will be the backbone of this police department, mentoring your teams, responding to crises, and keeping our community safe. You'll have to wear many hats as a teacher, a counselor, as a strategist, as you now step into the new chapter of your career. Getting promoted isn't just about attaining a rank. It's about influence. It's about inspiring those who serve with you and making decisions that impact not just you, but our community. We trust your integrity and your dedication to your principles of justice and service. As you take on these new responsibilities, please remember the values that you brought here today: courage and a steadfast commitment to doing what is right. Know that you have the full support of this police department and the community behind you. To the families and loved ones here today, thank you for your unwavering support. Your encouragement and sacrifices are the foundation upon which these leaders stand, and we honor you as well as them. Just a little side note, the two getting promoted to lieutenant actually had to take 2 different written exams and an assessment center based on some issues with civil service, which is certainly a first for this department. So I want to congratulate them, and I want to thank the families for all that they went through while that was going on. It was a very unsettling time. So congratulations. We're very proud of what you guys have accomplished. We're excited to see the impact that you make as you step forward into this new role. So lead with honor and serve with humility and continue to make us all proud. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. That was great. I wanted to ask now Allison Danforth to come forward, and again, we're going to go individual to have each officer have their individual moment to be sworn in. Following their being sworn in, we're going to ask them each to come up and say a few words as well. So, Allison, you ready? And Chief, could we turn it over to you for some introductions?
So I'd first like to have Javier Sanchez, Sergeant Sanchez, come up.
Anybody like to come up?
Do you want anybody to come up, Javi? Javi's a long-serving member of our police department. He's a Marine Corps veteran. He's bilingual. Currently, he works at the court. He does a phenomenal job over there. He had big shoes to fill when Dennis Boniuto left. But not only does he assist us, he assists the court in a number of different ways, particularly with his bilingual skills. At one point, several years ago, when I first became chief, there was a tragedy down in Puerto Rico. Hurricane Maria wiped out basically the whole island, and they needed law enforcement help. And Javier jumped at the opportunity to get down there and serve the folks. I think he has family roots down there, and I think it meant a lot to him, and he did an outstanding job. He was away from his family for about a month in a pretty difficult situation. He's a really great officer. He has an associate's degree from North Shore Community College. He's been doing a great job, and we expect nothing but great things in the future from him.
All right,
Javi?
Yeah, Lieutenant, come on up here.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. I'm grateful for the mayor, the chief. Thank you, big thank you to my family, my parents, my coworkers, who always support me, and it means a lot to me. Thank you.
Next, I'll have Lieutenant Sullivan come on over. Timmy, I've known Timmy a long time. When I was a police officer in Salem, Timmy was actually an intern with me over at the police department, and I knew then he was gonna have a long career in law enforcement. He was a bright kid, and it was something he was very focused on. He started with us in Peabody probably around 2008, 2009 as a dispatcher, and he was working as a reserve officer up in Hamilton, Mass. And then he came to the police department in late 2013, early 2014, around then. You know, and he's had every job in the department, working hard, every different division I think you've been in, between patrol, detectives, and the special ops division. He's done an outstanding job, and I think he has a very bright future, and he's going to help the department out immensely with this new promotion. So thank you very much. Timmy has a master's degree from Lowell as well, so he's really worked very hard to put himself into this position and to have a bright future going forward. So congratulations, Tim.
That was faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all duties incumbent upon me as Lieutenant of the Peabody Police Department, according to the best of my ability and understanding, and agreeably to the rules and regulations, Constitution and laws of this Commonwealth, Charter and ordinance of the City of Peabody. So help me God. And I do solemnly swear that I will uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States of America, the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. So help me God. I just want to thank the mayor, the chief, Human Resources Division. I know you guys had a handful of hard work dealing with this whole promotional process. I want to thank all my fellow officers here, both active and retired. Thank you for everything you taught me along the way. Thank you to my father. I think I was probably 10, 12 years old, and I learned a lot about policing just from around the dinner table, what he told me growing up. So I appreciate everything you've done for me, Dad. My Uncle Rich, my Aunt Sue, thank you for being there. You guys are like my second parents growing up and continue to be. Appreciate it. My in-laws, thank you so much. And last but not least, my wife, Jocelyn, and my family, thank you so much. And I continue to look forward to the challenges that the position brings for the Peabody Police Department. Thank you.
Dave Murphy, Sergeant Murphy. Dave actually started his career in 2003 with the Newbury Police Department. He came over to Peabody in 2008, worked for a lot of years in our detective division, investigating a lot of major cases, homicides, very serious narcotics cases, did an outstanding job. Eventually transferred over to the patrol division, where he was a steady influence for the young officers on the evening shift, a very veteran presence, helped them find the right way to go about their business, and he mentored them in a very outstanding fashion. Dave also has a bachelor's from Salem State College, and he's done a lot of work to put himself into this position, and I feel he's going to be a great sergeant and a great mentor for the troops out there, and I'm very excited about this. Congratulations, Dave.
Good evening. If you bear with me for one moment, I usually would speak off the cuff, but the family and I were dusted up a little bit in a motor vehicle crash last night, so I decided to write down my thoughts so I wouldn't forget any of them. I appreciate the opportunity to speak in front of you all today, knowing it's been a busy time of busy time of the year with family, friends, and co-workers. I first want to congratulate the other officers receiving the promotions this afternoon. As I entered my 24th year of law enforcement, I look back and realize how quickly a career can just speed by when you truly love the job you sign for. Missing birthdays, holidays, and precious time with loved ones, family, and friends. This hit home abruptly on October 16, 2001, during an overtime shift while I was missing a sporting event for one of the kids when I was injured in the line of duty. This duty led to 3 major surgeries and almost costed me my life due to complications. I need to take the opportunity to thank my wife, my best friend Taryn, who sacrificed so much to be by my side for the most difficult time of my life. Taryn never missed a day in the hospital, a doctor's visit, while taking care of our 4 children and continued to work full-time. After 2 long years of recovery and climbing the walls at home, I was blessed to be cleared for full-time duty once again. I want to thank Mayor Betancourt, Chief Griffin, and the members of the Peabody HR department who fielded so many calls and emails regarding my return to work. I am blessed to be back to the career I love and to have been given the opportunity to finish my career serving the citizens of the community I grew up in. I look forward to working with the dedicated members of the PPD, passing on my knowledge I've gained over the first 2/3 of my career. Thank you, be safe, and Merry Christmas to you all.
Damian Mello. Damian is about an 11-year veteran with the police department. He's a Marine Corps veteran. He primarily worked the morning shift, is that correct, Damian? And he gives back to the department in a number of different ways. He's a field training officer, mentoring all the younger officers who just recently came out of the academy. He's a member of our Honor Guard. He volunteers a lot of time and service in that. And he's also a RAD instructor with Sergeant Hawkins, giving back to the community and helping people out that way. He has a bachelor's degree at Salem State College. He's a great guy. I've gotten to know him over the years. He's going to be an outstanding sergeant, and I look forward to working with him. So congratulations, Damian.
Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you, Chief. Real quick, I just want to thank the Chief and the Mayor for this opportunity and congratulate the 4 gentlemen over there. My family that showed up today, I love you guys. Thank you for dealing with me. My co-workers, thank you for all being here. 3 people in particular I want to thank. Sergeant Lane, ma'am, you've dealing with me nonstop. I do appreciate you getting me ready for everything. Sergeant Blodgett wasn't able to be here today, but that's another gentleman I would like to thank. And Andy Greenberg, my rock. For the last 2 years, he's been mentally preparing me, making sure I'm studying, running me through scenarios and everything to get me ready for this day and for the future. So I'd just like to thank them in particular. And, thank you guys for being here.
Last but not least, Joe Lavoie. Come on up, Joe. So Joe's been with us about 5 years. He came to us from the Essex County Sheriff's Department, where he actually was a sergeant when he left there. He had some leadership skills from from that job, and prior to that, he was in the U.S. Navy. He's been working in the patrol division on the evening shift, another field training officer, helping out, mentoring our younger police officers when they come out of the academy, doing an outstanding job, making younger cops good at their job. He also has a master's degree from the University of Lowell as well in criminal justice. I think he's going to do an outstanding job, and I'm very happy to be here tonight with him. So thank you, and good luck, Joe.
I, Joseph Lavoy, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all duties incumbent upon me as a sergeant of the Peabody Police Department, and to the best of my ability and understanding, completely to the rules and regulations of the Constitution and laws of this Commonwealth, and the Charter and the ordinances of the City of Peabody, so help me God. And I do solemnly swear that I will uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States of America and the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, so help me God. Thank you to the Chief and the Mayor. I appreciate it. My beautiful family, thank you for coming out here and support me. Thanks for all the friends and family coming out to support us, and congratulations to everyone else getting promoted. Also, thank you to the fellow officers in this room. I learned everything I know from here, and thank you so much for the opportunity. It's a great city, and I look forward to serving it. Thank you.
Again, congratulations to all of our newly promoted officers and their families. Again, this is a great day for the Peabody Police Department. We also wanted to take a few moments to have some recognition of people who have really supported the city and supported the police department. And I'm going to turn it over to Chief Griffin for a couple of recognitions that he would like to make, and then I'm going to do one at the end. Chief?
Sure. Well, thank you, and congratulations again, everybody. I'm very happy for you guys. I'm very happy for your families, and I think this is a great night. I just want to say a word to the department. We, as you guys know, this came up fairly rapidly. The original plan was to do a bunch of commendations on the police side. We needed to put together a number of different reports and things like that, and I felt it would be too rushed to try and do it tonight in such a short amount of time. We are planning on a promotional ceremony in the next probably month or two, with some other things that we're hoping are going to come to pass. And at that point, we're going to have a very large ceremony and honor a number of law enforcement officers for the outstanding work that I see that goes on at the police department every day. Today, we're going to honor a couple civilian situations that have happened recently, but I just wanted to make sure everybody's aware. What you guys do out there every day doesn't go unnoticed. It is, and I need to do a better job. I'll be the first one to admit that, at recognizing that and putting that out publicly. And we're gonna start a course correction on that at the next ceremony, and we'll have a great night that night as well. So, the first thing this was brought to my attention by Officer Falco. There was a situation up at the mall, and I'd like to have Zach Charette, Parker Cook, and Robert Frost come up, as well as Scott DeCoste from the mall. As everybody knows, the mall is a very big entity in our town, our city. It means a lot to this community. We have a great relationship with the mall. We're able to do a lot of different training events up there because of the working relationship we have. We work very closely with them, particularly during the holiday season, and it's an outstanding partnership, I believe, with the mall. And there was a situation about a month ago on November 17th, November 15th, where an individual took ill in front of the American Eagle store. Fortunately, there was a woman who doesn't live in this state, or we would have invited her here tonight, but she was a nurse, and she immediately started rendering aid to that individual, went into cardiac arrest. At that point, Supervisor Charette and Officer Cook came to the scene. The supervisor instructed Officer Cook to go get an AED while the nurse started doing compressions on this individual. The AED came back. They applied the leads to the individual. They shocked the individual. At that point, the nurse was exhausted from doing compressions, and the supervisor took over and continued with chest compressions until the point where Officer Frost took over and continued chest compressions until the emergency medical technicians could arrive. Fortunately, when the individual was being placed into the stretcher, he was alert and he was communicating with the medical team. So their life-saving efforts went a long way to hopefully making sure that somebody has a very Merry Christmas this year. I think it's an outstanding thing that helps this community feel very safe, even if there's not necessarily a police officer around. There's people that are well-trained and prepared and willing to step forward and help out in times of crisis. And I'm sure this individual is very thankful for that. So we'd like to recognize each one of these individuals with a life-saving award from the City of Peabody, signed by myself and Mayor Edward Betancourt, and it reads, a life-saving award is awarded to, and I'll just read this one, Security Supervisor Zach Charette for a successful effort in saving a human life which involved exceptional courage and performance. And I thank you on behalf of the police department. Want to take a picture? This one's going to be a little bit of a surprise. So, when I came over from another police department, I needed to get to know a lot of people in the community. And one of the biggest entities in the community is the Peabody Clergy Association. Rabbi, would you mind coming forward, please? So, one of the first persons I met was Rabbi Rick Perlman. He's an outstanding man. He gives back to the community in immeasurable ways. I could stand here all night and talk about my good friend and everything he's done for the community as well as the police department. He's one of our police department chaplains. He works on our critical incident stress management team, where when there's incidents pretty much in this whole half of the state, he may respond as a clergy to assist police officers that are going through some very stressful situations, and we all know that happens very frequently, unfortunately. He's been with us for several years as a clergy member with Father Mike and Father Chris and Father Yanni from the Greek Church as well. But he's been an outstanding man. He's, unfortunately for us, he's retiring, so we're going to miss. I think he's going to be around part-time, but we loved having him here full-time. He's been a great friend to me. He's been a great friend to the police department. He's been with us through some pretty dark times, but he's been with us through some really great times as well. And I just wanted to present, myself and the mayor wanted to present him this plaque from the police department, and it reads, to Rabbi Richard Perlman, for your outstanding commitment and spiritual guidance to the citizens of Peabody and the Peabody Police Department, and it's dated December 2024. So thank you very much, Rabbi. I really appreciate it. I wonder if I told you you're not going to come. You don't need it. Thank you, sir. Just want to take a picture? Sure. You don't need a tie. I wanted to catch you off guard.
You did. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you again.
No problem.
God bless. Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you, Rabbi Perlman. I wanted to ask our fire chief, who's here today to support our police officers and their promotions, to come forward, Jay Dowling. And I also wanted to ask Sarah Grinnell from our social services division to come forward for the next presentation. I know Sharon Cameron, our health director, would be here also, but she's unable to be here. But the city wanted to take a moment, along with Chief Griffin. Many of you probably read or heard about the pretty serious fire we had on November 7th at 100 Rear Main Street, right in Peabody Square, right on Main Street. Amazingly and fortunately, there were nobody, everybody got out alive. And it was because of the great work of our fire department, our first responders, police officers, and a lot of caring people that everybody was able to get out of that fire alive. And one of the wonderful things about being mayor and being involved in the city of Peabody is there are times when there's dark times where people just step up and help out. And I'm always amazed by the generous and warm heart that so many people provide to people when they're having some difficulty. And we had over 30, nearly 40 people that were displaced when that fire occurred, and they lost everything. Their whole, everything that they had was taken away from them because of that fire. And a number of people, businesses, really stepped up and helped out. And one group that we really wanted to thank, and there's been so many occasions over the years where the Knights of Columbus have helped out the city of Peabody and have been there in times of need and times of trouble. But we wanted to take a moment today to recognize the Knights of Columbus for their incredible work that they performed in the time of need for those 40 or so displaced people. They helped our health department, they helped our fire department, our police department, and they helped those individuals have a place to stay during those difficult times, gathered clothing and food in so many different ways. The Knights stepped up for the city of Peabody and for all of us when we needed it. And it's great to have members of the Knights of Columbus here today, and I wanted to provide, on behalf of all of us, a citation of community recognition to the Knights of Columbus. On behalf of the city of Peabody, it is my distinct honor to recognize the Knights of Columbus for your generosity in response to the recent fire at 100 Rear Main Street. The Knights of Columbus went above and beyond for those in need, demonstrating the true spirit of community. Your support provided much needed relief to those affected, offering clothing, shelter, as well as a new sense of hope for the future. Your contributions have made a tangible difference in the lives of many, and for that we are truly grateful. And I wanted to ask some Knights that are here today to come forward and receive the citation, and we can take a picture.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thanks for pizza.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Chief, you get us all in? Well, great, everyone. Thank you very much. This was the day we've been looking forward to, and it's great to be able to celebrate with all of you. Congratulations again to our officers and to the department. It's a good day for the Peabody Police Department. But I also want to take a moment, and the chief did a great job mentioning families. As I did mention earlier, I'm from a police officer family, and I want to congratulate all of you as well, all of you for supporting, your care, your love, your encouragement. Those officers would not be where they are right now with all of you supporting them along the way. It's always a team effort. I know that. Growing up with that, I know it's a team effort always. And you also are serving in the police department with your loved one, and thank you for that. I wanted to thank our Human Resources Department, Beth, Kathy, Tara, and Kelly for the work putting everything together. From my office, Daryl, Beth, and Chris. And a special thank you to Brian McLaughlin for all the work he does here at City Hall. Thank you all again. Congratulations to all of you. And happy to take pictures. But please, best of luck to all of you moving forward to the department. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all of you. Happy holidays. Thank you.